Hi guys, it's Miss Northam, and today we are going to look over the learning path that is your last topic for our geometry unit. So you know what that means. You know that means a test is coming up soon. It actually will be next week assigned in our March 1st learning path. So this week you have an opportunity to continue practicing volume in our virtual classes. Bring any questions that you still have about previous topics, and let's make sure that you are really prepared for that unit test coming up next week. All right, for this week, you'll see our virtual class times are going to be on Tuesday and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Notice that I have notes there for you to access if you want to take notes along with me during that class. Um, this week's learning targets are volume of three-dimensional figures, and we will be covering that in detail through some videos and some practice and some notes. In our weekly checklist, I have given you a suggested pacing, so use that to help yourself kind of pace your work and finish up everything this week by Friday. And then I also just put another reminder that your Unit 4 test will be next week, okay? Make sure that any missing work prior to your test is completed. All of your Unit 4 activities have to be done before you take that test. So make sure that you're staying on top of things and getting any missing work submitted. Message me if you have questions about that. Okay? All right, let's dive into our actual learning path. Okay, I'm opening up step 1 of our Unit 4 Week 5 volume of three-dimensional figures learning path. We're going to start with some teaching on volume. So again, this just mentions kind of your test and some things to make sure you go back and do. So read through that. And then we get into notes. Okay, so here I'm introducing the formula for volume. We're re-looking at naming prisms. So that's important for you to look at. And then there are several videos, okay? All the videos together total about 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes, but they're each different shapes. So you'll see, for example, here's a rectangular prism, a triangular prism, a hexagonal prism, a trapezoidal prism. All of those are important for you to watch and gain something from. So don't skip those. Those are going to be important. So all of step 1 is just simply notes and learning about how to calculate volume of prisms. In the next step, you actually will get to do some practice on your own. There's a few more notes that look at what I call solving equations backwards. So you will see a couple of examples given there for you, worked through step by step. And then you have a practice in Pearson Online. It's 7 questions. It will say 8-9 Math Excel for school. And then you have a pixel art activity in Google Classroom, which is 9 questions. So as in the pixel art activity, we've done these before, but as you answer each of the 9 questions, part of the picture will show up. So if it's not showing up, then you have answered the question incorrectly. You want to go back and look at that. So it's self-checking, just as the Pearson Online will give you feedback about how you're doing, okay? So that is step 2. In step 3, we are going to look at composite figures. And just like we talked about in surface area, composite figures is when you have more than one shape put together. So with volume, we're basically going to be finding the volume of one and finding the volume of the other and then adding them together. You'll want to watch these 2 videos in order to get some examples and see those worked out, and then you're going to have some practice. You have 2 practices. One is just a slideshow. You're going to click here, and Google Slides is attached. Make sure it's in present mode because as you are clicking through, the answers will appear in present mode for you. Okay, so you're able to just do your work, check your answer, and make sure that you are on the right track and solving those correctly. And then in the next practice, it's 7 questions, and it is a volume challenge Math Excel. So it includes some of those composite figures for you to look at. So again, that's in Pearson, and it's the volume challenge Math Excel. Just like with all Math Excels, you can check your work, you can show an example, you can ask for help. It will walk you through step by step. So even though these might be a little bit more challenging, you still have that assistance that you can get from Pearson. Okay. And then finally, you have a checkpoint in Edulastic titled Volume of Prisms. It's 15 questions, and that will be your checkpoint for this week. Remember that all work from the previous steps does have to be done in order to get credit for this last step. Okay, and that's just for me to make sure that you're doing the practice along the way. Finally, Assessment 10 is available for you. So here is a reminder of your login information, and you can complete Assessment 10. Okay, that is it for this week. I hope to see you at our virtual classes on Tuesday and Thursday. Bring all the questions that you have, and let's make sure we're using this week to get ready for our summative. That will be next week. All right, bye.